This is Unit 6, Lesson 2. Today's learning target is I can find pairs of fractions that add to 1, and I can compare fractions. Before we start today's lesson, I want you to think about this problem. 5 minutes equals blank minutes plus blank minutes. So I want you to think about what numbers add to make 5. For example, I know 1 plus 4 equals 5, so 1 minute plus 4 minutes equals 5 minutes. I also know 2 minutes plus 3 minutes equals 5. I know the opposite of that, 3 plus 2 is still 5. And I also know 4 plus 1 is 5. So we found 4 different pairs of numbers that add together to make 5. We're going to use this same strategy for fractions today. We're going to start on page 291 in your math workbook. Fifths that add to 1. Every afternoon, student volunteers help the school librarian put returned books back on the shelves. The librarian puts the books in equal piles on a cart. One day, Jean and Maria found 5 equal piles on the return cart. They knew there were different ways they could share the job of reshelving the books. They drew fraction bars to help them find all the possibilities. On each fifths bar, circle 2 groups of fifths to show one way Jean and Maria could share the work. Each bar should show a different possibility. Then complete the equation next to each bar to show their shares. So for example, just like adding to 5, we're now using fifths. So for example, I know that 1/5 plus 4/5 is equal to 5/5. That's one way that they could share putting the books back. So that would mean that Jean would put one of the 5 piles of books away and Maria would put 4 of the 5 piles away. Another way would be for Jean to put 2 of the 5 piles away and Maria to put 3 of the 5 piles away to make 3/5 plus 2, to make 2/5 plus 3/5 equals 5/5. So again, the first one is Jean's pile and the second one is Maria. Jean, Maria. Now another way would be for Jean to put 3 piles away and Maria would only put 2 piles away. 3/5 plus 2/5 is 5/5. And the last possibility would be for Jean to do 4 of the 5 piles and Maria would do 1 pile. So 4/5 plus 1/5 is 5/5. All right, moving on to page 292. This time we're going to use sixths that add to 1. The librarian put 6 equal piles of return books on the cart for Lou and Henry to reshelve. They also drew fraction bars. On each sixth bar, circle 2 groups of 6 to show one way that Lou and Henry could share the work. Each bar should show a different possibility. Then complete the equation next to each bar to show their shares. So this time we're thinking of numbers that add together to make 6. So again, Lou could do 1 pile and Henry could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles. 1/6 plus 5/6 is 6/6. All right, let's think of another way that we could add 2 numbers to make 6/6. So we could also do if Lou has 2 6, then Henry's share would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Another way would be if Lou grabs 3 piles, then Henry would also grab 3 piles of books. And 3, 6 plus 3, 6 equals 6, 6. I want you to do the next 2 on your own. Then come back to the video. For the bottom half, it says find the unknown addend. Write the fraction that will complete each equation. So for this bottom half, they don't have the fraction bars for us, but we can draw them if we need them. So for example, the first one says 1 whole equals 7 sevenths, or that equals 1/7 plus what? So we're looking for the missing fraction to add to 1/7 to get 7 sevenths. So again, if you need that picture, you can use your notebook to draw. A rectangle with 7 equal pieces. Each of those pieces would be 1/7. So 1/7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we have 1/7, we have this piece. What would we need to add to get to 1 whole? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sevenths. 1/7 plus 6 sevenths equals 7 sevenths. Number 4, 1 equals 4 fourths. Remember, if you have the same number on top as you do as the bottom, that's always 1. So 3 fourths plus what equals 4 fourths? Well, I know 3 plus 1 is 4, so 3 fourths plus 1 fourth is 4 fourths. Number 5, 1 equals 8 eighths equals 3 eighths plus what? Well, I know 3 plus 5 equals 8. So 3 eighths plus 5 eighths would equal 8 eighths. All right, you are going to finish 6 through 10 on your own. So you're going to pause the video, complete those 5 problems, and then come back. All right, next we're moving on to page 293. It says discuss and compare unit fractions. Use these fraction bars to help you compare the unit fractions. Write greater than or less than. So this fraction, the fraction bars at the top is going to help you, and you're going to circle the fractions based on what's down below. So for example, number 11 says 1/6 compared to 1/8. So we're going to circle 1/6 and 1/8. Now looking at those two, which piece is bigger? 1/6 or 1/8? We can see that 1/6 is larger. So we're going to draw 1/6 is greater than 1/8. Number 12, we have 1/5 and 1/3. So I'm comparing 1/5 to 1/3. Which piece is bigger? We can see 1/3 is bigger. So again, remember, this is, you want to eat the bigger number. So our opening goes towards that bigger number. All right, I want you to do 13, 14, 15, and 16 on your own. Complete this statement. When comparing 2 unit fractions, the fraction with the smaller denominator is, I want you to think, is the smaller denominator, that's the bottom number, Is it bigger or is it smaller? So let's look here. 6 and 8. The smaller denominator, which would be 6, was bigger. 5 and 3. The smaller denominator, again, was bigger. So on the bottom where it says the fraction with the smaller denominator is, we're going to use the word greater or bigger. So now that we've talked about the smaller the denominator, the bigger the fraction, I'm going to write that over here. Smaller denominator is a bigger fraction if the top number is 1 or the top number is the same. So in number 18 and 19 and 20, it says write the unit fractions in order from least to greatest. So you can use the page before this to double check 1/6, 1/8, and 1/5. But remember, the smaller the denominator is, the bigger the fraction. So for this one, 5 is my smallest denominator, so that should be the last number. 8 is my largest, so that should be my first number. 1/8 is the smallest. 1/6 is the next biggest. And 1/5 would be the greatest fraction. I want you to do 19 and 20 on your own. Number 21, Andy and Paolo both ordered small pizzas. Andy ate 1/4 of her pizza. Paolo ate 1/6 of his pizza. Who ate more pizza? So we're comparing the fraction 1/4 to 1/6. Again, use the page before if you need to, but also know the smaller the denominators, the bigger the fraction. And then I want you to write their name on line 21. Number 22, Elena ordered a small pizza. Max ordered a large pizza. Elena ate 1/3 of her pizza. Max ate 1/4 of his pizza. Elena said she ate more pizza because 1/3 is greater than 1/4. Do you agree? So let's imagine, let's draw a picture. We have a small pizza that's split into thirds. And Elena only ate one of the 3 pieces. Now Max ordered a large pizza and he ate 1/4 of his pizza. Elena said she ate more pizza because 1/3 is greater than 1/4. Do you agree? By looking at these pictures, you can see that Max's piece is actually larger because his pizza is bigger. So no, we don't agree because the holes are different sizes. Meaning one of them was a small and one of them was the large. Now, if Elena and Max both had small pizzas, Elena had a small and Max had a small, and Elena ate 1/3 and Max only ate 1/4, then Elena would have had more. But because Max ordered a larger pizza, his hole was larger. All right, we're going to cross off the puzzled penguin part. And that's going to be the end of this lesson. So you're going to take a picture of each of your pages and post to Schoology. And then you're going to move on to homework.